Alright, what's up? Um, First video of a new series, which is breaking down individual teams. So, yeah, I think twice a week until, probably should take us about till the start of the season. I'm just going to do a video talking about each team, how they did last year, what changed, and how I think that's going to change the team in a way. Like, are they going to get better or worse? How do I think they're going to do next year? And just go over different scenarios, ceilings, floors, that kind of stuff. So without further ado, let's start the Cincinnati Bengals breakdown. So last season, 12-4, 16 games because the Bills game was canceled. First in the AFC North, third in the AFC. If they didn't have that game canceled, they probably could have fought for the first seed and then lost the AFC Championship. What did they add? They added tackle Orlando Brown from the Chiefs and tight end Irv Smith Jr. from the Vikings. So, not a whole bunch of notable additions, but it's addressing O-line and tight end, which was a need because Hayden Hurst left. And that'll transition us to notable losses. And here, the two big ones in my opinion, or I guess there's four, but Jesse Bates and Von Bell. You lose both your starting safeties. You did draft Dax Hill last year, so hopefully he can take over at one of those spots, and you did address it in this past draft as well. But I feel like that's not a great spot. It's not in a great spot right now, the secondary. And then Hayden Hurst, you replaced with Irv Smith. Probably a slight downgrade, but not really concerned. The receiving core stacked. And then Samaje Perine you lose, who was a pretty good second running back for them. And then Joe Mixon, not sure. Kind of question marks with him. He's got some legal stuff going on. You can look into that if you want to, if you're not aware. But he's a question mark if he's going to be there. And if he's not there, their running game might struggle. But overall for the offense, I'm not concerned because they have Joe Burrow, they have Jamar Chase, they have T. Higgins, they have Tyler Boyd. The offense is going to be fine. They upgraded the O-line, so I'm not concerned. And then here's their draft class. Myles Murphy in the first round, obviously, adds to this defensive line. And I think I gave them a B-plus grade. I don't hate the Myles Murphy pick. I would have preferred probably a top secondary player with Joey Porter Jr. still on the board, since that secondary is kind of lacking and the D-line wasn't a huge need, but I don't hate the pick. And then you do address secondary with DJ Turner, Jordan Battle, and DJ Ivy. So hopefully that helps, but I feel like they might still struggle in the secondary. And that would be my main concern with this team, is that if we look at their opponents next season, there's a lot of teams on here that have pretty good receiving cores. Look at the Ravens, Odell, Bateman, and drafted Zay Flowers. The Browns, Elijah Moore, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Cedric Tillman, Amari Cooper, obviously. Steelers have Deontay Johnson, George Pickens. They have those three teams twice. Colts, Michael Pittman, Alec Pierce, and Isaiah McKenzie. I believe they drafted someone too as well. I can't think of it right now. Seahawks, JSN, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. Jags, Christian Kirk, Calvin Ridley. Cardinals, DeAndre Hopkins, Marquise Brown. Chiefs, Travis Kelce alone. Niners have a whole bunch of guys. Vikings, Justin Jefferson, obviously. And then Stephon Diggs and Cooper Kupp in here as well. And I feel like this secondary, this is like a lot of talented receivers on here that they might struggle against. So that would be my main worry. Now looking at their potential ceiling, there's an asterisk here because the Bengals, I feel like any team on here you could see them beating, which means their technical ceiling would be like undefeated, but that's not going to happen. So I'd say a more realistic ceiling would be around a 13-4, which is, I feel like you do end up splitting with the Ravens or one team in the division. And I think the Jags, Bills, Niners, I had losses there. And these could be moved to other teams, but I think this is probably like the upper threshold you could get to, just with, even if like the guys they draft in the secondary work out, it might still be tough to handle some of these teams. And now looking at a floor, this would be, the secondary is not good. They have no run game. So you split all your division games, you lose to the Chiefs, lose to the Niners, lose to the Seahawks, lose to the Vikings, lose to the Bills. And you see on here, I do have the Jaguars as a win. That's just kind of like they're not exact. Because obviously, ceiling I had them losing to the Jags, floor I have them beating them. Why is that? Because I don't think that their floor is going to be below 500. Like, I don't think there's any reality where the Bengals are an 8-9 team. So it's just a different scenario. As for what I actually think they're going to do, I think it'll probably be a pretty successful season, around 11-6. You'll lose games against some of these teams, like I mentioned, with the better receiving cores. I think you probably split everyone in the division. Steelers usually split them anyway. Ravens and Browns have both gotten better. Browns have a great defense, good receiving core. And that's the trend with most of these teams that I have beating them, is they have a lot of receiving threats, and I don't know if the Bengals are going to be able to handle that. Obviously, they're a great team, but that it does worry me. And yeah, so that's all I have to say about the Cincinnati Bengals. If you disagree with anything I said or would like to add, feel free to comment. But yeah, thanks for watching, and subscribe. See you with the next one.